Welcome back to American Nightmares, where the land of the free becomes the playground of the feral. Tonight, we dive into 2026's first true monster, a beloved family pet turned rabid nightmare. Imagine your cute childhood chimp, foaming at the mouth, ripping faces off, and hunting you through a luxury Hawaiian mansion. This isn't just animal attack horror. This is primal terror unleashed. Buckle up, because Primate is here, and it's going bananas. Hit that like if you're ready for blood, screams, and zero mercy. Let's get into it. The sun hung low over Oahu like a blood orange, painting the infinity pool in shades of fire. Lucy Harper stepped out of the Uber, backpack slung over one shoulder, and breathed in the salt air mixed with plumeria. Home, or what was left of it. It had been a year since Mom died. Cancer took her fast, leaving Dad, Adam, the quiet primatologist who could sign faster than most people spoke, rattling around the sprawling cliffside estate like a ghost. Erin, Lucy's 17-year-old sister, had barely left her room, and Ben, sweet, clever Ben. Ben was no ordinary pet. Mom had rescued him as a baby from a research lab, raised him like a son. He communicated with a touchscreen pad, signed simple sentences, hugged like family. "Ben, good boy," he'd tap out, then nuzzle your hand. Lucy had grown up teaching him words, playing fetch with stuffed animals. He was family. The house was quiet when Lucy entered. Adam greeted her with a tight hug and signed, "Missed you." Erin peeked from the hallway, eyes red. "Hey, sis." That night, the friends arrived for the reunion party. Lucy had invited her college crew: Jake, the cocky jock; Mia, the influencer always filming; Kate, the sarcastic best friend; Drew, the quiet artist; and a couple others. They were here to celebrate Lucy's return from her first semester, to drink, swim, forget grief. The pool glowed neon under string lights. Music thumped. Ben watched from his enclosure near the patio, a large climate-controlled habitat Mom had built. He clutched his teddy bear, tapping "Party Fun" on his pad. No one noticed the mongoose at first. It slipped through a gap in the fence, drawn for food scraps. Ben, curious, approached. The thing hissed, lunged, bit his arm deep before Ben snapped its neck. Blood on fur. Ben whimpered, retreating. Adam noticed the wound later. "Looks bad," he signed to Erin. "I'll call the vet tomorrow." But the book signing in Honolulu pulled him away early. "Be good," he signed to the girls. "Love you." The party raged. Laughter echoed. Ben paced his enclosure, eyes glazing. Foam flecked his lips. Hydrophobia set in. He snarled at the pool's edge. Then the first scream. Lambert, the estate caretaker, went to check on Ben. He opened the gate. Ben exploded out, teeth bared, rabies-fueled rage turning him into something primal. He tore into Lambert's throat. Blood sprayed. The body hit the ground. Inside, the music drowned the noise, until Jake wandered out for a smoke. He found Lambert's corpse. Holy shit! Ben was on him in seconds. Claws raked Jake's chest. Jaws clamped on his jaw, ripping it free in a wet tear. Screams pierced the night. The group barricaded in the house. Phones dead, storm knocked out service. No signal. Adam was hours away. Lucy stared at the window. Ben crouched outside, watching. Intelligent, patient. "He's not Ben anymore," she whispered. Trapped, the infinity pool became their island. Ben couldn't swim. Rabies made water terrifying. They waded to the center, treading water, phones useless. Mia filmed everything. "This is content," she laughed hysterically, until Ben smashed a window, glass raining. He dragged her out by the hair, slamming her head against the tile. Skull cracked. Blood swirled in the pool. Kate tried to reason. "Ben, it's us," she signed desperately. Ben tilted his head, then lunged across the patio furniture, crushing her skull with a rock from the garden. Drew hid in a closet. Ben found him, tore his face off, and slowed deliberate fury. Practical horror, no weapons needed, just strength, teeth, rage. Lucy and Aaron huddled with the remaining friends. Adam texted, "On my way, lab says mongoose had rabies, stay inside." Too late. Ben prowled the house like a slasher villain. He remembered layouts, ambushed from shadows. He played with them, waited for screams, then struck. One by one, the group dwindled. A desperate plan: retrieve a phone from the living room for help. Lucy and Kate ventured out. Ben waited. Kate's head crushed. Aaron broke. "He was our brother." Lucy signed back to Adam when he arrived, but Ben intercepted. Adam fought blind, deaf but strong. He used a fire poker, stabbing Ben's side. Ben retreated, wounded. The survivors, Lucy, Aaron, and Adam, made a final stand. Ben, bleeding but relentless, circled. The first gray light of dawn crept over the cliffs like a reluctant witness, turning the infinity pool's water from black ink to bruised purple. Blood had swirled into lazy spirals around the survivors' legs hours ago, now congealed into sticky films that tugged at their skin with every exhausted kick. Lucy Harper floated on her back in the center, staring up at the sky as if it might offer mercy. Her sister Erin clung to the edge nearest the house, one leg bandaged crudely with strips torn from a pool towel. Ben's bite had torn deep into her calf, the wound already swelling hot and angry. Their father Adam treaded water nearby, his strong arms moving in rhythmic, silent strokes. Deaf since birth, he communicated everything now through gestures: a sharp point toward the house, a fist clenched in determination, eyes wide with the kind of fear that only comes when you've already lost too much. Ben was gone from view for the moment. The rabid chimpanzee had retreated after the last failed escape attempt, vanishing into the shadows of the sprawling estate like a nightmare deciding to wait. But they could hear him. Low, guttural hoots echoed from somewhere inside the open-concept living room, punctuated by the wet slap of paws on marble and the occasional crash of glass or furniture being overturned. He wasn't done. Rabies didn't allow rest. It burned through every nerve, turning pain into fuel, fear into fury. Lucy surfaced, gasping, "Dad, we can't stay here forever. The sun's coming up. People will come. Delivery, maintenance, someone." Adam signed back, hands cutting through the air with precision born of years teaching sign to Ben himself. No signal. Storm knocked out everything. Ben knows the house. He waits. Erin whimpered, pain etching lines into her young face. "He bit me loose. It hurts so much. What if I get it too?" The question hung heavy. Rabies. The word itself felt like a curse. Lucy remembered the vet's warnings years ago, back when Mom was still alive and Ben was just a fuzzy baby they bottle-fed on the patio. Once symptoms show, it's almost always fatal. But Ben wasn't showing mercy, he was showing intelligence. The same intelligence Mom had nurtured with flashcards and touchscreens, turning a lab-rescued chimp into something almost human. Now that mind was twisted, weaponized by the virus. A sudden crash from the house. Ben had found a kitchen. Pots clanged. Then silence. Then a low, mocking hoot that sounded too much like laughter. Adam's face hardened. He signed, "We end this, now." The plan was desperate, born of exhaustion and grief. They would lure Ben to the pool's edge, the one place his hydrophobia made him hesitate. Lucy would use the old touchscreen pad, the one Ben had used to talk since he was small. Show him messages of comfort, of the old days, buy time. Erin would distract from the shallows, waving her injured leg like bait if she had to. Adam would do the rest, close the distance, grapple the chimp, force him into the deep end where the virus's terror of water would finish what they couldn't. It was suicide dressed as strategy, but staying in the pool until dehydration or infection claimed them was slower suicide. They moved. Adam first, powerful strokes carrying him to the edge. He hauled himself out, water streaming off his broad shoulders, grabbing a broken lounge chair leg from the deck,
sharp metal rebar exposed where Ben had smashed it earlier. Lucy followed, hard hammering, the touchscreen clutched like a talisman. Aaron stayed in the shallows, pale and trembling, ready to scream if needed. The house loomed silent now. Too silent. Inside, the destruction was total. Overturned tables, shattered vases, blood smeared in arcs across walls like abstract art. Ben's enclosure door hung open. The chain snapped. Lucy's eyes stung with tears as she spotted the teddy bear, Ben's favorite, torn to stuffing on the floor. They crept forward. Adam led, rebar raised. Lucy activated the pad, fingers shaking as she typed old phrases. Ben, good boy. Lucy, here. Come home. A shadow moved in the hallway. Ben emerged slowly, deliberate. Foam crusted his muzzle, eyes bloodshot but sharp, too sharp. He tilted his head, the same curious gesture he'd used when learning new signs. For a heartbeat, recognition flickered. Then rage surged back. He charged. Adam met him head-on. The deaf man had no advantage of sound, but he had strength and surprise. He swung the rebar like a baseball bat, connecting with Ben's shoulder in a crack of bone. Ben screeched, twisting midair, claws raking Adam's chest. Blood bloomed through his shirt, but Adam didn't let go. He wrapped one arm around Ben's neck, the other driving the rebar into the chimp's side. Lucy screamed, "Dad!" Ben thrashed, pure primal fury. He bit Adam's forearm, teeth sinking to bone. Adam roared silently, face contorted, refusing to release. They tumbled toward the open patio doors, rolling across broken glass. Lucy ran after, pad forgotten, grabbing a shard of mirror from the floor as a makeshift weapon. Erin pulled herself out of the pool, limping, crying, "Stop! Ben, please!" But Ben was beyond please. The virus had stripped away everything but instinct. He broke free of Adam's hold, slamming Adam against the railing. Adam's head cracked on metal. He slumped, dazed. Ben turned to Lucy. She backed up, shard raised. "Ben, remember Mom? She loved you. We all did." Ben paused. His chest heaved. Foam dripped. Then he lunged. Lucy dodged, slashing wildly. The shard opened a gash across Ben's arm. He howled, swiping back. Claws caught her shoulder, tearing fabric and skin. Pain exploded white-hot. She stumbled toward the pool edge. Erin screamed, throwing herself at Ben. The chimp caught her easily, lifting her like a doll. Erin kicked, nails raking his face. Ben hurled her toward the railing, toward the drop to the ocean below. Adam surged up, tackling Ben from behind. The three of them crashed through the glass doors, rolling onto the deck. Ben clawed Adam's back, ripping shirt and flesh. Adam holed on, choking, dragging Ben toward the pool. Lucy joined, grabbing Ben's legs, pulling with all her strength. Ben thrashed, biting, scratching, blood everywhere. Hers, Adam's, Erin's, Ben's. They reached the edge. Adam heaved, muscles straining. Ben's hydrophobia kicked in full force. He froze at the sight of water, screeching in terror. One final push. Ben flew over the railing, splashing into the deep end. The virus's madness turned against him. Water was death. He thrashed wildly, arms flailing, sinking, rising, sinking again. Bubbles erupted as he fought the panic, the drowning. The family watched from the edge. Adam bleeding heavily, Erin sobbing, Lucy numb. Ben's struggles slowed. His eyes, once bright with intelligence, clouded. One last weak hoot, then silence. The body floated face down, limbs limp. Dawn fully broke. The storm had passed. Birds called from the jungle. Police sirens wailed in the distance. Someone must have seen the lights out or the blood on the road. Adam signed weakly. It's over. Lucy stared at the floating form. He wasn't Ben anymore. Erin whispered. But he was. Once. They sat there as the sun rose higher, wrapping each other in bloody arms. The estate, once a paradise of grief and memory, now a tomb. The infinity pool reflected the sky, blue and endless, but the water below was red. Hours later, paramedics found them. Statements were taken, Ben's body removed. Autopsies would confirm rabies, the impossible mongoose bite in rabies-free Hawaii. Questions about how it happened would linger unanswered. But for Lucy, Erin, and Adam, The real horror wasn't the virus, it was the betrayal of family. The thing they'd loved most had become the thing that nearly destroyed them. In the quiet aftermath, Lucy walked to Ben's old enclosure. The touchscreen lay cracked on the floor. She picked it up, typed one last message. "Goodbye, good boy." She left it there, screen glowing faintly in the morning light. The nightmare ended, but the echoes remained. Hoots in the dark, claws on glass, the splash of something once beloved sinking forever.